Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to Show and Tell 47, I think. It's been 2 weeks since I filmed a show and tell. I forgot to write down or double check the number before I started filming. My notebook says 47, so we're hoping the notebook's right. It's been a very productive 2 weeks for everything but crafting. If you have been watching my Vlogmases, you know, like I've actually been doing things, but not a lot of them have meant sitting down and knitting and crocheting like I'd like. I did spend a lot of time over the last 2 weeks working on my Christmas cards and getting those finished and out in the mail. I'm still itchy from yesterday. If you haven't been following me on Vlogmas, I shared yesterday that while Troy's been out of town, he's been in England all week. I went around the house and was kind of deep cleaning certain things. And one of the things I needed to do was check the sizes of the HVAC filters so we could change those. We've been here for 2 months. It needed to be done. Unfortunately, the people we bought the house from, I don't think realized upstairs, the two HVAC intakes are on the ceiling, not the little one that looks like it's on the wall. We have a couple of spots in the house where there are grates that look like HVAC grates, but they're really access points to get to, you know, things like behind the bathtub in the master bath, the fireplace in here. They're not actually connected to anything. So when I found where those two were, I dusted off both of them. So when we open them to change the filters, we don't get a face full of dust. And unfortunately, even though I was staying, like I have a telescopic stretch out huge like 7-foot tall dusting wand and still ended up with a face full of dust. I was like doing it like this and it still fell straight in my face. So I've been having really bad issues with itchy eyes, stuffy nose, sore throat, itchy skin. Like I said, it's still, everything is just very irritated and itchy. I have coffee today. It is later in the day, but I need a coffee. I'm really hoping I don't knock over my precarious camera situation here. I'm still trying to figure out how to set this up to film where I can be in a chair and use like the shelving around me for stuff instead of sitting on the floor. I will probably still end up sitting on the floor because this is just not working for me. The backdrop's fine over here, but like it's all junky over here. And if I sit square in the middle of the shelf and the floor, at least y'all are just looking at my pretty yarn, not my jumbled mess of stuff. Anyway, I've been working on cards. That's been my biggest thing to do. I've got all but one card out now. I did receive a card today from somebody who was not on my original list, so I will be sending her a card tomorrow. I sent out 110 out of 130 cards that I made. So I do have a couple extra right now. Pippin is creeping up behind the camera. So here's hoping he doesn't knock the camera stand over, because we all know how much Pippin loves climbing on everything. He's rubbing his nose on the little shelf y'all are sitting on. So Vlogmas Day 1, I announced the winner for Karen's book. That was April, Be Wild by April, I think is her channel name. Sorry, now he's trying to climb something else. So that got sent out already. She should have that. The tracking number says it arrived. I started my preemie blanket project. So for week 1 of Advent. Oh man, this is what happens when I don't write everything down. I just kind of write cliff notes. This is, the title of it is something fractal. But I did complete one preemie blanket. I have not clipped my ends, but I did weave them in. I've got 17 inches on this week's blanket. So that one is coming along pretty well. I've figured it up like Sunday through Friday. If I work about 3.5 inches a day, my blanket's done by Saturday. All I have to do is put on the border on Saturday. That way I know how much to work every day, so I don't like fall behind. And then like Saturday, I'm like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Because I'm still working on Christmas gifts, winter gifts, and then a hat for myself. So it's like, I'm really behind. I have a feeling my parents probably won't get their Christmas gift till like mid-January-ish now. Just on how long. And it's not like I've got that much more left to do on my mom's blanket. I'm about 1/3 of the way done, closing up the last side on the corner to corner. So like I'm decreasing from both sides now. It's still taking me forever. And every time I try to pick it up, one of the cats tries to get in my lap because it's a blanket and they want to snuggle in it. I have gotten some gifts and I did make an acquisition. So let's start. Basically, you're going to have to check out Vlogmas to see the cards that I've been receiving. I have received a lot of cards, and I'm sharing those every single day as I, my friends are sending me messages. They actually timed it right this time to catch me while filming. I've been sharing the cards every day on Vlogmas. I'll only be sharing like the little gifts, even though I ended up forgetting. Okay, so Bridget sent me some stitch markers. Those are in a project. Karen's stitch markers in a project. They're actually in the same project. The stitch markers I got today, the stitch markers I got yesterday are sitting on my desk. I forgot those. They're upstairs. Like stitch markers are going to use immediately because I have enough projects on the thing to do. But I do have ornaments that I've been getting. Oh, Becky, look at how nice the sparkle shows up at a distance. Up close, it doesn't pick up the sparkle quite as well. You see the light more than the sparkle. But this is from Becky over at Funny Farm Crochet. That was in her card. So I didn't lose things. So this is from Debbie, the Canadian crocheter. It was clipped into my goodie bag. This is from Crochet CJ. Carla at Crochet CJ. This is from Leah over at Leah's Handmade Crafts. This is why I haven't hung any of these up or like stressed about trying to get the, once again, if you've been watching my Vlogmas videos, you know, I mentioned I'm just going to take some twine and hang it over my mantle in here. And that way I can hang my ornaments and I can see them because I actually face this way when I'm working at my desk and stuff. So I can actually look at my ornaments and see them. I did forget the ornament I got today. I got a really sweet ornament from Julie. If you want to see that, look at my Vlogmas video for today. This is from Allie at Allie, what's your channel? It will be here somewhere on here. Oh my God. I can remember your name. I can remember the city you live in. Can't remember your channel name. As you can tell, I haven't been sleeping well. I'm a little wacky. I'm a little extra wackadoo today. Oh, Lord, and it doesn't help that the cats keep jumping on everything. I also, not only did Allie send me tea from Australia, And Carla sent me some tea. I got a thank you card from Made by Marsha Mom for the package of little goodies that I sent her. And she sent me some tea. I got candy cane, chai, cinnamon spice. Excuse me. Debbie also sent me some tea. That was a rooibos chai. I'm kind of excited about that. Oh, I almost forgot one of the coolest things. Allie also sent me this beautiful little bag with all my Australian animals wearing Santa hats. Pippin. You know, he's cute, but like I said, I'm tempted to sell him to circus. The cat that never stops making trouble. And then I say that, and then he's like, at night, like, I've been getting out of the shower and, like, I'll put on my PJs and go give him a night treats and stuff. And by the time I turn around, he's already back in the bed, and he's curled up at the foot of the bed ready for me to go to bed so he can sleep on my legs. And he just lays there purring, and he'll wake up long enough to stretch out, pat me, and then go back to sleep. Like, it's literally like having a toddler. So I'm gonna get this stuff out of my lap before I show you the last thing. But this is an acquisition. So it does kind of break my early yarn ban, but oh well. I was looking at what was on sale on Etsy, just kind of poking around. And I came across Ballyhara Farms in Mocksville, North Carolina. And that is actually my mother's hometown. And that is where I spent my summers as a kid. I would go back and forth between Lexington, Advance, and Mocksville. And occasionally we'd throw in a trip to the family over in Winston-Salem. So I thought it would be really cool to have some yarn from my childhood, or at least from the place where I spent most of my growing times. Because let's be honest, we never really grow during the school year. So yeah, it's Ballyhara Farms. This is their sock fingering weight, 463 yards, 100 grams. The colorway is English Garden, and this is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon yarn. It is gorgeous. The pictures online did not do it justice, and I am incredibly happy with it. And I actually think right now their Etsy site is still running sales. The next thing is something I purchased. So I started I think it's called Candy Skull Cowl. I started it in fingering weight, but I couldn't find, I assumed with all the yarn that I own, I would have something that wasn't too deep to blend into the charcoal I was using, and that wasn't the case. So I did go down to my LYS, and so I wouldn't make the same decision, even though this is a DK weight. I know I have DK weight grays, or sport weight, sorry, not DK weight. But this is a Wonderland Yarns, and I think back about 2 months ago when I went down there for the first time, I think I shared with you guys the gray rainbow yarn that I bought from them. They sell, the shop is Untangled on Main. Wonderland Yarn is out of Vermont. Their website has some beautiful stuff on it. I was poking around on it the other day just to kind of see, like, I know what I've seen at my store, but what else do they carry? They have a subscription. Their mini hanks are actually incredibly reasonably priced. And I love the just playfulness and whimsy of the yarns. But yeah, so this is Wonderland Yarns. This is the Mad Hatter base, which is the sport weight base. It's, I think, yeah, 4 ounces, which is a little bit extra from what we're used to. 344 yards, 100% superwash merino. So I will be recasting on my cowl and using this for the skulls and charcoal for the base. Hand dyed by Frabjous Frabjous fibers in Vermont. If I had a world of my own, everything would be nonsense. Lewis Carroll. But I just think that's absolutely beautiful. And the pigments of imagination, they tickle me so much. Luminous Collection in Glowingly. But yeah, all of their yarns seem to be very sumptuous color. It's deep and rich, or it's very bright and vivid. It really does. It's like texture for your eye holes. I love it. And then so right after I got out and bought that afternoon's mail came. And as Karen from Happiness is Homemade called her last year, Mrs. Santa Claus herself, Debbie the Canadian Crocheter, her package was here. And she sent me this stunning yarn. And I mean, you guys, look at that. It's called Sleigh Fuel. And like I said, okay, so I know many of you guys are not watching my Vlogmas videos. So maybe somebody out there, because I know quite a few of you guys who do pop by are dye artists. Why is it independent dyers are able to get neons that fluoresce? And in this light, you're not really seeing the fluorescence to the yarn. The yellow is kind of eaten up by the off-white tone of the base. But in the direct white light, when I was filming this, you could really see the fluorescence versus the bright. I mean, see, there you can see it. This is creating my screen blowing out. And it's not because of the brightness, because this is equally as bright. It's where that is actually fluorescing like a highlighter. Why is it so many independent dyers can get these rich tonals and fluorescence to their color, whereas so many of the big box dyers can't? Now they're sending me pictures. Anyway, it was just something I was sitting there thinking about as I was looking at this yarn. It just doesn't make sense to me that an independent dyer, whether they sell or professionals or anything else, like they're buying different dyes in a lot of cases. They're using different things. They're playing with different things. But why is it, I mean, without fail, I'm able to see, I mean, this amazing saturation of color. I mean, when you come in and look at these blues and stuff, I mean, there's deep color saturation. The colors themselves are luscious colors. Not to say, you know, there aren't luscious colors on the market, but you can tell sometimes when they're going for a fluorescence and you just get like a standard neon. I don't know. And it's hard to find even quality neons regularly. Premier is one of the few places where I've seen their yarn actually not just neon, but that highlighter yellow fluoresces. I guess maybe that's one of the reasons why Premier yarn is one of my favorite yarns. Sorry. With getting the face full of dust, like I said, I'm getting very yucky in my throat. And the last thing that I have to show you guys is something I purchased from Rel over at the Dabbling Hook. In her video a couple weeks ago, she was talking about how she has her Instagram set to automatically go to Facebook. And as soon as she shared something, it was immediately purchased. That might be my fault. Come on. How could I not? Look at that face. Now, I understand. I can make the octo all day long. I could probably even pull off making my own little Santa Claus hat. But what I can't do is get an expression like that. I love his face. I love his wicked little grin. I love the mischief he is going to get up to around my house. Oh, come on. He's adorable. And not only did she send me the octo I ordered, she made him a little partner in crime. Look at her little latte bow. Her itty tiny legs. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Like, I think her post had only been up on Facebook for like 2 minutes, and I was immediately, are you willing to sell this? Because I'm willing to pay for it. He's just so stinking cute. You know, I am a firm believer in surrounding yourselves in things that just bring you joy. It doesn't matter what they are, but especially the little things that just make you smile and make you giggle. He definitely falls in that category for me. He just makes me happy. All right, you guys. That's all I've got. All I have finished in 2 weeks is a blanket. I bought some yarn, got gifted some yarn, sent out some winter boxes, sent out a bunch of gifts. Once again, as I have been unpacking and stuff, I'm coming across things where it's like, why do I have 3 red microfine glitters? Why do I have 3 different brands of red microfine glitter? And this is after the box that I sent Rose's daughter, Carrots, that was full of nothing but glitter. I am still finding duplicates of the glitter that not only do I already have that I've started using, but that I sent Carrots. That's how much random stuff I'm finding. So yeah, I've done a little organizing and cleaning. I've done some pickup. I set my allergies off like nobody's business. I have been working on things. It's not that I haven't been. I just haven't finished anything. So yeah, I actually have one more video I'm going to try to get filmed today. And that is talking about the cards that I made, where to find the card sketches, what is a card sketch, stuff like that. All right. So you guys take care. I will see you guys later. Have fun. Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. Check out my Vlogmas videos. Some of them are kind of funny. Most of them are about my cats. All right, take it easy, guys. I'll see you soon.